Let's see. Whether you got the right documents.
Please, sir. Give me a chance. I know I can get them back.
Here's your chance. Get rid of him.
That's trash.
Hello, and welcome to That's Cool, That's Trash, the podcast where we watch a psychotronic movie online, then get together on Skype to break down the crazy. I'm your host, Matt Howell, and I'm joined today by old school man Kyle.
Hello, everyone.
And friendly
new school man
Adam Berg. Hey, Adam.
Hello.
So we have reconvened. This is Adam's fifth time on the show, I think, but the last three times you've done a couple Neil Breen movies with us, but the last three times we've kind of you and Kyle and I have found a focus. We found a niche, and that is 80s awesome action movies with martial arts panache or spin to them. So I think we've all three found that we like this kind of area.
People.
And that we are, if I may pun a little, we're kind of chasing a dragon, because the first one that we really got off on was Twin Dragon Encounter, about the Canadian kickboxing twin brothers who are like living cartoon characters. And we watched their sequel, Dragon Hunt, from a few years after that film, and we're all, I think, pretty bummed out how negative it was.
You expect a lot. I expect a lot. You can't. You gotta come out strong. You're twin dragons.
Yeah.
You gotta come out strong.
Yeah, and Batman doesn't use a gun. That was my whole issue with it.
Yeah, they lost all the focus on their martial arts prowess, which, as ridiculous as it was, at least it was focused. And then the second movie was just like, we're just gonna go through the motions and shoot people.
Yeah. So we were all a little let down, I think. So I was excited. I've been wanting to see this movie for a really long time, actually. So Kyle and I saw this. So the film we're doing tonight, is called The Intruder. It's also called Rambu, The Intruder. I forgot the Indonesian name, but it's also just commonly known as Indonesian Rambo. And it stars Peter O'Brien, the New Zealand actor. No, he was New Zealand human being who was in The Stabilizer, which is our eighth episode was about The Stabilizer. And Kyle and Scott and I, it was pretty much a gushing love letter to how bizarre that movie was. I don't know, Adam, if you got a chance to check out.
I did. I watched it in entirety, and
nice.
I was impressed.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dubbing, action sequences, randomness, like it was a royal flush of just like perfect weirdness for us. So we loved it. And this was his first film he made. So he was teaching Peter O'Brien. And by the way, this is O'Brien with an A. There's a Peter O'Brien from New Zealand with an E, and he's a soap opera actor. So if you look for this guy, you're probably going to find the O'Brien with an E. You got to make an effort to use an A. He went to Japan. I believe he said he was sitting in a cafe and some production assistant or something in Japan or some Southeast Asian country or somewhere approached him and said, "Mr. Stallone, you're late. Like they're all waiting for you." And he's like, "I'm not Sylvester Stallone." And then he realized, like, oh, I look like Sylvester Stallone. And then he got offered jobs and immediately started working. I believe this was his first film, the film we're talking about tonight, was this Rambo movie. And then he made Stabilizer the same year. And then he made a handful of other films, including one with Cynthia Rothrock. I don't know if you guys know her, but she was a pretty big. Yeah. So he got around a bit, but he made like 6 films in Indonesia from like 86 to like 90 or so, and then disappeared. And Kyle, you messaged me and you said Operation Rambu.
Yeah.
Did you see? Were you pointing me to something? Because I found something.
Oh yeah.
Okay, I watched it. Okay, Adam, did you? Okay.
No, I do not know this reference.
Okay,
what
so
is
Kyle,
Operation Rambu?
Kyle found a short film about 10 minutes long where they found Peter O'Brien like 5 years ago maybe, and talked to him like what he's been doing, what his deal is, his story, his version of like that part of his life, and it was so cool. I wish it was a whole feature-length film, to be completely honest.
Wow.
It felt like a
We'll
sizzle
be watching
reel.
that tonight.
It felt like a sizzle reel or a teaser, huh? Like I thought it was going to say like Kickstarter here or like help us make this film happen, and it was just done. I was like, oh my god, that was the first like. I thought the credits were going to start rolling, and the end credits rolled.
So can you explain something about these movies that maybe your audience may know, may not know? I certainly don't know. They're Indonesian produced movies, and they're all in Indonesian. This Peter O'Brien with an A is speaking that language, and
no, he's speaking English.
Okay, but then they dubbed him anyways because he was speaking English with a New Zealand accent. How's this work?
Kyle can probably speak to this. My guess would be either, Kyle, is it because they want him to sound like Stallone, or is it because, why do you think that is?
I was thinking it was because his accent was so thick that they could sell him as being Stallone.
I think he's supposed to be American. I think that Hollywood films are a big deal. Obviously, you look at, the numbers from China for an Avengers movie, whatever. Like, I think that's been that way the whole time, essentially.
And since the opening scene is him using a baseball to take out the bad guys, I think you're correct about wanting him to be American.
Yes. And one of the things that we love so much about Stabilizer was the guy who dubbed his voice into English. Like I quote the Stabilizer mimicking that guy's voice on the regular. And I know no one knows what I'm saying except Kyle. And but like, I mean, why can't we just relax or whatever that is when there's so many lines. Anyway, but I don't know if this was the same guy, which bummed me out.
I couldn't tell.
But
Asian production. All the actors were speaking English?
He was.
Oh, only he was. He was speaking English and everyone else was speaking Indonesian?
Yeah, and that's a really common practice. Like if you go back and watch like gladiator movies, like, Colossus versus Hercules, whatever that shit, like usually if it's Brad Harris or whatever, he's speaking English and the rest of the cast is just speaking Italian. And then, they do that in Italy anyway because there's so many dialects. They have to dub every movie they make, even ones that are just meant for domestic use, actually, which is weird. But so he was speaking English and just learning his lines by rhythm and rehearsal, I guess, and just knowing when he was supposed to speak. But he was not an actor. He was teaching English at the time that he was starting this career. And I haven't heard him talk about fighting like before his film work, but he does quite a bit of fighting.
Yeah. And he said in that documentary that he did know how to fight.
Okay. I knew it.
He didn't? Or did?
He did. No, he did.
He totally
He had some training. Yep.
Because he looks...
I don't think he had any, like, what we would in the modern era call, like, karate. He does not know how to kick. And I don't know, his punching's weird, and it doesn't look like he has formal footwork. But then you watch him when he clinches with someone and he tosses them, he's really good.
He looks like he wrestled or boxed or a little bit of both, right?
Yeah,
like his fighting style.
Judo or something.
Yeah. Or judo, yeah.
So his movement's really good in some ways, in my opinion.
Yeah, I enjoy the action sequences. I mean, one of the notorious things of like films from Indonesia and the Philippines is that they're, like Roger Corman and people like that would go over there because there's not these unions and there's not all these OSHA laws protecting stuntmen. So you can just pay a guy, and your money goes a long way overseas. So you can pay a guy $40 to like stand up in a fucking water tower and have it, be exploded from the bottom and have him just fall 50 fucking feet down and into a lake. Like, yeah, I'll do it. I'm hungry. Let's do it. So
a lot of the stunts looked really good. Actually, this is more that the other movie, not the Stabilizer. What was the? I mean, the Stabilizer movie had a lot of really cheap effects that were kind of effective because you could tell that the people were actually doing them.
So he was saying in Operation Rambu that scene when he's hanging on to the bottom of the helicopter above that lake, that was him And he said he was 1,000 meters up and he was fucking terrified. And he's like, I can't believe I was so cocky. I let go with one hand and just hung there with one arm for a second. And they show the clip and it's like, wow, that was real. That was insane.
He's insane. I have a whole new level of respect for him after seeing his documentary and learning that, like, he just looked, he completely recognizes, like, this is just a stroke of luck. I was in the right place at the right time. I kind of look like Stallone. This producer offered me a deal, and I ended up staying here for 20 years.
Wow.
Yes, right. He was
Watch
there 2
this.
decades. That's right. I forgot to mention that. He didn't come back for quite a while, even after he quit acting. So, yeah, I'm a Peter O'Brien guy, man.
Yeah. You know, and they're so well shot. I'm just so amazed that, like, they're choreographed well. The cinematography is amazing. The action sequences are choreographed and planned. Like, everything is happening in sequence, and it just works so well.
It's like Peckinpah of Indonesia.
Yeah.
Like there's a sequence in this film with all those like orange go-karts. Where the fuck those things are?
Oh, tuk-tuks.
Tuk-tuks.
So can you tell how fast those things are going? I think it's like
they look like they're going
5
35
miles an hour.
Oh,
10
really?
miles an hour. Yeah. There's parts of that scene where you can watch and it's moving along and they do a really good job of getting the camera really close and it looks like a high rate of speed, but I think it's like 5 or 10 miles an hour.
Oh, wow.
Like they don't. No.
Those looked like full on like moped, like 30 mile per hour somethings. But they're just, where are those? So those are just used for like use in the city, like going.
Yeah, they're like taxi cabs.
Yeah.
At rural areas too. And they're run on propane, so they're a little clean. Nowadays they're run on propane, so they're a little more clean than gasoline powered, like taxis and stuff. So they're cheap, they're reliable, they're easy to repair.
So they just replace modern versions of rickshaws, essentially?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
And you can fit like 8 people in those things. At least in India, we saw the people, like whole large families fit in one of those.
Can they go from brewery to brewery and make the people pedal? Is that a Portland thing?
joke.
Sorry. Too regional.
So I remember another rickshaw tuk-tuk chase in Ong Bak.
Ong Bak?
Yeah, but this predates that by like almost 20 years.
Yeah, I haven't seen Ong Bak. I've heard of it, though. Is it good?
Yes. I'm making a note.
Amazing athletics. Is it an Oscar movie? No. But amazing athletics. And they have a really good tuk-tuk chase in that. And I was really impressed by it. But I bet they saw this.
It made me so happy when he ripped out and won and did the wheelies. And then all of a sudden he got in trouble and whistled. And then an army of tuk-tuks came. That's brilliant. That is brilliant.
In like a pincher movement, like from both sides.
So we're like a phalanx of tuk-tuks. So we're not really standing on ceremony with these revival episodes. These are a little looser than we normally do. So I'm not going to, hold everybody to all the little bits I used to do in the original run. But let's try and start a little bit just in order, just in case somebody hasn't had a chance to see this. One thing I should note, this was on YouTube forever. It was in my watch later queue for years. And I had put 2 copies in there, 2 different files. And then when I went to watch it and I sent it to you guys, it was Der Intruder and it was dubbed into German. And the one next to it that said this film is no longer available must have been the English one. So it got yanked. So I downloaded it from my place and I uploaded it there. So there's a private link that I shared with you guys. And you out there listening at home can watch this as well. If you go to that'scoolthat'strash.com, the Rambu the Intruder post has a very big, large 20-point font link to the film, a private hidden link. So you can go watch this, and I highly recommend you watch it. Stop the podcast right here. Pull over. We'll wait. Okay. So now you're back and you saw it, right? Okay. So I tried to keep track of this, you guys. The characters. I don't know how many times you had to say. I watched it twice. And I was trying to keep track of the story. I got a little bit lost here and there, so I will have some narrative questions as we go along. But I feel like I have a pretty good hold on the first hour of the film.
Okay. I was struggling with some names too, and I couldn't tell if a name changed in the middle, or if I just wasn't hearing it right.
Thank you. I swear they said someone's name was Angela, and then the rest of the film they referred to her as Ella.
Yes.
Ella, that was
okay.
yes.
Okay. That's the same person, right?
Yes.
Okay. So I'm not crazy.
No, I stumbled upon the same thing.
Okay.
Can I start us off with just like the first line of this movie?
Please.
The first line of this movie is, "Hey bitch, watch where you are walking." This just set the tone. This is an old woman walking down a road, and a muscle car pulls up behind her, and the heavy. I don't remember this dude's name. Matt, you got his name? Charles.
The main heavy?
Yeah.
White. John White.
Oh no, the
Charlie was his like, general or whatever.
Yeah, Charlie yells out the window to an old woman, "Hey bitch, watch where you are walking." That's how we go. That's how we go here.
That was a great opening scene, and I make no secret of the fact that the bad dubbing is like my sweet spot, right? Like that's my rubbing my tummy. Some of the acting, the old woman acting, I think she says a line like something, "What about my family?" Like it's like that, like her acting. I have this clip. Like I think you are spot on. This is the most amazing opening dialogue in a film we've done in a long time. Let's listen to it.
Hey, bitch! Look where you're walking.
I was.
Huh? You must be blind, old lady. You want to get crippled too?
You destroyed the only things that I own.
Ladies are all the same. Think you can get away with bullshit, don't you? I won't pay you shit. Huh? Pay her. I'll beat your ass, you punk.
Pay her, now. Or I'll beat your car, punk.
No!
You'll pay her what you owe her, scumbag.
Here.
Thanks, mister. You saved my family.
Oh, boy.
Saved my family. Yeah, I guess I'm supposed to say thanks. You saved my family, so.
The rubber ball as the weapon? That's whole new ground for me.
So you said a baseball. I thought that was like a racquetball or something, like a racquetball but solid rubber.
That would kind of make more sense because it was like a boomerang. You'd hit someone with it, and then it would magically appear back in his hand. I'm like, baseball wouldn't do that, but I don't know. He was pitching it like it was a hard ball, and it was having an impact like it was a hard ball.
I wonder if it's
like
a cricket
bounced.
ball or something. At any rate, he is deadly with it. Sick accuracy. So first he comes out with a pipe, right? That sound we hear is him smashing the windshield in whatever this muscle car, right? Or is he?
Yeah.
Does he start with a bar? Oh, okay. Sorry,
Yeah, no, he totally comes with the bar and goes window to window while he's encouraging the bad guys to pay her for their rude transgressions.
And I liked the stabilizer dubber for Peter a little bit more, but this guy's got a Casey Kasem radio quality to him that I really love because it's a little off. Like, pay her, scumbag. Pay her what you owe her.
It's like an old radio show from like the 30s or 40s or something. Like,
love him. The best opening I've seen in a while.
Oh yeah, so strong. You know what I thought was kind of interesting about this is that it felt to me like they tried to take the first half of First Blood,
yep,
and then the second half of Rambo and kind of cram those into one movie.
It is, I think the first hour is First Blood more than anything else. At least on scale and like story, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah. Like they keep trying to pitch him as like he's just a guy who happens to get into trouble. He can't seem to.
Trouble loves me.
He's wandering around. What was his? Oh God, What's his real name?
I have a ridiculous amount of clips. I have a clip where it says his real name if you want that. I have every fucking – I almost made a clip out of the whole goddamn film. I have like 30 clips. Do you want to hear the clip where they say his name?
Yes, please.
Okay. Sure. So he's already disrupting. He's here to disrupt the scene, you guys. And he's pissed off. Okay, first of all, we should mention that the villain, John White, is the same actor that played Greg Rainmaker in The Stabilizer. So this other dude is the other white guy in Indonesia, and all he did was play bad guys, I guess. But in this one, he plays like Kingpin, essentially, like Wilson Fisk. Like he's this upstanding moral citizen, but secretly he runs all the crime in wherever this is set.
Bastards! $500,000 in pharmaceuticals, all blown to hell. About Rambu. I ran an ID check on him. He's an unemployed bum named Alex Tarambuan. So listen, I want you and the boys to hunt him down, and then teach him a lesson.
Yeah.
What about the shipment? Do you know what they're going to bring this time?
Dope. It's here, but someone's gotten to the border control staff. We think it might be Hendrik.
Hendrik. But if he's out of town, how can we pressure him?
Well, he's got a child named Angela. She's a young and very beautiful girl. Here's my idea. I'll just go and kidnap her. And that'll make him our slave.
Well, move it. And report later. And don't fuck it up again.
Wow, that is a very creative henchman to come up with that idea.
Yeah.
Wow. Kidnap her.
What kind of name is Tarambuan? We're from
New Zealandish, I guess.
For some reason, I thought it'd be really fun to try to document like all the scenes in this movie, just because I wanted to see if there was like a formula.
Yes.
I didn't find that. The formula is actually equals fucking awesome is what happened. But if I could just run through like the first 5 or 6, just to kind of set the tone here. First scene, fight scene. Second scene, massage scene. Third scene, plot development. Fourth scene, dancing, sexy scene turned into on stage whipping. And we gotta circle back on that one for sure. Another fight scene, plot development scene, fight scene, Rambu character development backstory, sex scene, and then it just went plot, fight, rape, plot, and then it turned into Rambo, basically.
I have to niggle here. It was rape murder, not just rape.
Oh, you're right. Actually, rape plus murder. Yeah, it got weird. It is interesting. Like there's, they worked really hard to hide like women's breasts. Like they wanted to show that women were topless, but they worked really hard to hide that. But it's totally fine if you want to whip a woman on stage in a dance. Totally fine.
One thing they showed that was very different from American movies of the same era is the woman who was assaulted was cut up with a knife, and in the morgue they show a shot of her face that's pretty severely disfigured. And it's not like, I don't know that it's realistic looking, but it's I think much more powerful than what would happen in Commando or something like that. So
where they would just like show them like pulling the sheet away to ID the body, then cut to like Chuck Norris's face or whatever, and like
they showed someone, they would be looking asleep but with their eyes open.
Yeah.
And this was a lot more brutal.
Yeah, Kyle, I agree. This was a greatest hits of exploitation stuff here.
Totally.
It had a pretty sick soundtrack that I was totally into.
Oh, good. I'm glad you brought this up. I wanted to ask, as an audio file, what you thought of both the main central guitar riff and the piano note that they would play. And actually, the clip you played earlier was the first point where they just played the dong. Yeah. Dong. Like over.
2-note theme. Yeah. Mostly one note with 1 second note coming in to relieve the tension every like
it was like
four measures.
4 of the same note in a row, and then a different note, and then repeat that endlessly.
So I'm a huge fucking fan of it. I love minimalist soundtracks. I love when they like crank the tension up with that kind of stuff, like that repetitiveness. I'm a total sucker for that.
Me too. And I love that after a while they would start to throw in like just a little bit of like a drum pattern on top of that, and like these weird breaks, and they worked the shit out of those 2 notes. They did. You know what? Actually, this I was totally sober when I watched this. It inspired me. Like I wanted to rip so many samples out of this. Like I wanted to make like a lo-fi beats album and just use music from this and samples on top of this to just create like a record inspired by Rambu.
You know, I made a bunch of clips that were just like places where they were unintentionally rhyming or just saying like the most fucking badass single line of dialogue ever. Like when he's whipping her on stage and he's like, I'll make you move.
All right, let's dance. Come on, bitch, you're gonna move it.
No, I'm not gonna move.
I know how to make you move.
Come on.
It's like, how has this not been sampled? Like trust me, if I had more time, I would have whipped up some horseshit beats and put this stuff on top of it, but I didn't have time to do all that.
This might be a good COVID project for us. You know, maybe we'll see where this goes.
Can I play a little bit of the music that wasn't so great, but I loved it because it wasn't so great? Yeah. When the villain is making love to his wife, there is a song. It kind of just starts off like a generic 70s kind of like making love kind of thing, but then it turns into, you know that song Popcorn? The boop, 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 boop,
yeah.
boop, boop, boop. Like it starts to sound like that. I got to play that one.
See, that right there, that could be one whole song. I love her dialogue in that whole scene. Just like, I know how to satisfy you and emotion. Like, you know what? Why don't we hear from her?
I've met a bunch of women, but you're really different. I don't know what makes you so special.
I know how to satisfy your emotional and your sexual needs, both in and out of bed.
Yeah, that's the truth.
John, you are free to do anything, and I won't involve myself in your business. I will only assist you if you ask me to. One thing you must remember. I don't want to see you with another woman.
You know me, honey. Women are my weakness. It'll be very hard, but I'll try.
Well, I don't want to hear more of your silly excuses.
So she's super supportive.
Yeah.
Super supportive, yes.
She gets him.
Yeah.
It's rare to find love like that in this
She's
time.
like Tony Soprano's wife. It's a complicated, nuanced relationship.
And she supports him sexually in and outside of bed.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. But then it also kind of goes into like a classic joke of like the farmer's, daughter. Like, you can sleep in my barn, but there's one rule. You can't sleep with my daughter. That kind of shit. And you can't not break that rule. Once you establish that, shit.
She's not his whore. She is not his whore.
Wait, so you saw that plot twist coming where the bad guy ended up sleeping with another woman with drastic consequences?
And he, we're just going to jump all around this because the plot's kind of nonsense anyway. But his response to being caught cheating by his woman was like the fucking most stone cold, cool guy response ever.
John! What are you doing?
3 guesses.
I told you.
Told me what?
I can't stand seeing this kind of thing.
Who in the hell are you to do this to me?
I have a right to do this.
You have a right to mind your own business, Clara. As far as I'm concerned, you're just another whore.
God damn you!
John White.
Well, we've all been there.
3 3 guesses. Like that dude, if he was wearing a fucking cardio monitor, like he didn't even change his pulse rate at all. He gave 0 fucks. He was reaching for a cigarette. He got caught cheating on his girlfriend. He rolls out of bed and reaches for a cigarette and says, 3 guesses.
Cold.
That's his line every time.
Oh, so you saw that coming? Did you also catch in advance? Did you know that Steve was going to betray him?
Did Steve?
Steve, his friend. He was on screen with him for like 10 seconds.
Oh.
Wait, I thought Steve didn't betray him. Steve got him the job, and his employer betrayed him, Mr. Andre.
Yeah, true. Mr. Andre betrayed him, but then Steve went along with that too. Oh.
So I remember I said the second half was a little fuzzy plot-wise. Can we do like a broad strokes kind of thing just to kind of establish so we can bounce around and just have fun with it and get the story out of the way?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so Alex Tremblay.
Trembouillant.
It's French.
It's French Antarctican.
He's a conehead. From France. He has trouble finding work, and he's relying on his girlfriend. He's a good guy, and he's always fighting for the right, for the little guy. And he wanted to be a cop, but it turns out, like we heard in that clip, he dropped out of the police academy because of family problems.
Yeah, that's all they explained, family problems.
We have a clip of him, a little pillow talk with his girlfriend, talking about how his girlfriend's name was Jenny. And they're talking about how trouble follows him around. He just can't seem to get work. He feels emasculated by the fact that he's relying on her to, survive. And she's saying, well, you'll find a job. You'll get a job, and then I can quit, and we can start a family. And, he's got a real sense of destiny.
Darling, when will you stop involving yourself, Rambu, with other people's problems?
Why?
Our future is being neglected.
What do you expect from me, Jenny? It seems like wherever I go, the doors are closed for me. Why, it's been half a year, and there's still no job.
I love you, and there's nobody else in the world for me but you.
I'm fed up with this kind of life, being cared for by a woman.
Oh, it's not for long, darling. When you get a job, I'll quit working. And we'll finally raise our family, right?
And that goes sour fast because I might need to pass the baton here to someone.
So I think that what happened was Chuck, in that opening scene, Charlie wanted revenge. So he came back to the house and started terrorizing the girlfriend.
Can I ask a clarification question? That scene we heard when they said, we researched him, his name's Alex Tremblay, and then he said, oh, there's this other guy who's holding up our drug shipment, Hendrik. He has a daughter, Angela. I got a great idea. We'll go kidnap her. Okay, and that whole strip club scene is the kidnapped girl being held for ransom so that John White's drugs are released by Hendrik. I'm confused. I kept confusing the women, and I felt like I was being racist because, like, he falls in love twice. He's in love with 2 different people at one point. There's a
but
third
2 days apart.
Damsel in distress. So
he saves Angela in that fight scene, right? He makes
Charlie
at the strip
mad
club
a second time in that same scene.
Because he offers Angela to slap Charlie as part of the revenge.
Bring her over here, Bobby. Slap him. Yeah. Come on.
But
go.
Can't hurt him.
What do you mean you can't hurt him? He was ready to hurt you. Go on and show him what it feels like. You can't afford to be gentle with filth like this. Go on. Slap him. Slap him hard. Again. Harder. Harder. Again. That's it.
You son of a bitch, I'll get you.
Thank you. You just tied together 2 whole acts of this film for me.
Then that further enrages Charlie, and then now he goes to
after Jenny.
Yep.
Okay.
And then shortly after Jenny, we see Jenny's cut face, who's cut up,
Yes.
right? Like she's
raped and murdered.
Murdered.
She's in the morgue. Rambu goes in, identifies the body, and then after that, Steve says, "You can get revenge.
We want to hire you."
Yeah.
Right? That's when he becomes a cop or a deputy or something. If he's a cop, he went through the academy in like 16 hours.
I think he's a company man for what's the
Were they
other
cops? I'm sorry, I didn't make an assumption. Were they police?
No.
Oh, they weren't. Oh my God, I thought he was legal.
Wait, one of them was a policeman. This is
because he was saying after Jenny's murdered, I have a clip of it. He's like saying, "You let the law handle this." Blah blah blah. Well, shit. Now I'm confused. Like, ninja scene, okay?
Oh yeah, the ninja scene is great.
No, but I think we're halfway through this movie. So, he works for Mr. Andre. Okay, I didn't realize he wasn't. I thought he was chief of police. I don't know why I assumed that, but he's not. He's a industrialist, a wealthy guy, businessman. Okay, which would explain why he donates 2 acres to like the nuns for children's benefit or whatever. Okay, wow.
That's just his cover, though. He's really
no. I know. Oh, I know. He's a stinker.
Yeah,
but
he's a stinker.
Okay, so
poor Andre.
Wow. So when it's revealed that Mr. Andre is not a good guy benefactor who's helping him out, I was totally blown away. But you're just saying no, he's just another rich guy who was just being a complete creep, just like John White is.
Well, I didn't see it coming though.
I watched 2. I did not either. No, I was totally surprised by that twist.
This movie was full of shocking plot twists.
So the way I picked this up is that in an earlier scene, the henchmen and John White were talking about expanding their territory, but Andre was going to be the problem. I don't know why I picked that up.
They said Mr. Andre is in the way?
Yeah.
Okay. So when they have that confab later, and it's all set up like The Graduate with them on opposite sides of the frame facing each other to show their distance.
Yeah.
Sitting at that dinner table. And he says, I need – oh, okay. I just got it. Okay. So the secret documents – see, I was assuming he was working as some kind of weird like auto-deputized cop that whole half of the film. Holy shit. Okay.
That might make more sense.
Breaking into –
He was set up. Yeah.
No, I know he was set up, but I thought he was set up as a cop like – no, that doesn't make any sense.
He's just a henchman. He's Andre's henchman, not a policeman.
See, I usually think clear when there's not a pandemic happening.
So plot-wise, I think after the protagonist's girlfriend is brutally raped and murdered, he ends up taking a job with Mr. Andre, who's like this benevolent father figure, and Mr. Andre's henchman, Steve, then becomes like his good friend. And you may remember Steve is the same actor who played the good friend in the other movie.
Stabilizer.
So that's how he lands there. Mr. Andre says, hey, we need to get rid of this really bad guy who we all know is the villain. Go break into his house, wear a ninja suit, and leave your chest completely open in this ninja suit, all black, other than your pecs. Steal the documents that will incriminate him, and then we'll take him to the police and ruin him. But, and then plot twist, someone take over.
Kyle.
Okay, so this is where it gets. This is my favorite part. When there's
that's the leverage, right? That
yes,
Mr. Andre needs. Okay.
Yes. So then Mr. Andre strikes a deal at that table scene that you were referencing earlier. And then because they signed a deal, so now Andre gets 50% of Mr. White's, one of his properties, like his territories, as well as like $1 million cash. And then once their deal is done, they decide to just throw a party to just celebrate the deal. So
what would you do?
Yeah, I mean, it's customary, right? When two drug lords make an agreement, they want to party, want to get down.
Well, not in the COVID era, but normally, yes.
But then,
remember parties?
This is when it is revealed to Alex Rambu that he's been duped. He realizes Andre is a bad guy, and he loses his shit at this party.
Which is awesome.
He takes out a pipe
on stoneware
and just beats every single dish in this party. That scene is like, I want to say it's like an actual minute of him just like flipping tables, smashing tables.
Gallagher with fruit, it's just like, it's nonstop terror for ceramics.
Like if you're going to break up a party, Rambu's your guy. He's the guy that you want to break up the party because it's going to be the best breakup you've ever seen.
It's like Gallagher on bath salts. Basically. Yeah. I mean, he went in there and he fucked shit up. So once he realized he'd been betrayed,
but not people.
No.
Shrimp.
Shrimp cocktails.
Crudité. He just fucked it up.
So then he gets nabbed. Should I try and pick this up? I can't believe I'm going to try because this is the part I don't understand the most. So then they nab him for this shit. They lock him up in a prison. And then one of those nebulous women, I don't know who it actually is.
Oh, that's very important.
You got this. Okay.
Yeah, that's Claire. So that's how she got her revenge.
Claire
Mr. White was hooking up with another girl,
Claire's
and
woman?
Claire caught him.
Oh, that's why she could get in the first place to even do the ruse. Oh my God. Okay.
Although the ruse didn't work really well because I remember when she goes to free the protagonist from his jail cell. He goes fully bureaucratic. He's like, "Oh, I'm not supposed to release him. Do you have the signed order?" Okay, yes, let's hear it.
I love, yeah.
Have you completed necessary paperwork and filed a 1099-R?
Mr. Andre has asked me to take him.
Well, that's a problem. I'm really not supposed to let him go without Mr. Andre's direct order. He hasn't called me about this. Did you bring written authorization?
Yes. Here's the order. Signed, sealed, and delivered. Quit asking questions and get in the Jeep.
I like that she brought a written order, though. I mean, that's thinking ahead.
No, I really like that John White thought through this. Like, here's how this works.
We have a system.
When I want Rambu released, I'm going to do one of three things. It's going to be me. There's going to be a paperwork of, what was it? CR 44 form. Or there's going to be Jake and Elwood Blues with a handcuffed briefcase. It was, that was hilarious.
That's why we have process. This is why we have process.
He has an operations team. He has lots of different territories, and he clearly has an operations team to help him think this stuff through.
So one thing that we glossed over, which is really not important narratively, but is important visually and tidally, is after Jenny is murdered, he gets close to Ella/Angela, and they're sitting on the beach while he's mourning, and she gives him this red scarf as this symbol of just to persevere and push through, and he can make it. And always keep it with you, and always whatever, blah, blah.
It's the origin story for Rambu, not Rambo.
Yes.
Rambu's red headband.
Yes. So once he is freed from the prison, this has gone from a revenge film to a full-on just Rambo ripoff, where it's just guns and what have you.
Yeah, that's right. When he and Angela had that little talk on the beach, and then he took all of his clothes off, except for the loose black loincloth that he wears under his pants. And then he went swimming, like you do after a conversation like that.
Yeah.
Angela got kidnapped, and so that just threw him into into a rage.
Well, black is a traditional color of mourning, so I take issue with your problem with that.
and remember, even before Angela was taken, like his girlfriend, who he was planning on spending the rest of his life with, was just brutally raped and murdered like the day before this. And so then he and Angela are sitting on the beach, and he's looking all mopey. And
what were they sharing? What were they sharing, Adam? They were sharing a Coca-Cola.
She did provide him with a Coca-Cola, and he only had one sip of it. I noticed that. And then she did say, less than a day after the death of his girlfriend, Rambu, you can't go on moping forever.
Yeah, I know. I love that.
She's right.
So he's already upset before she gets kidnapped.
Adam, you just made me think about this a little bit harder. And Rambo in First Blood, or maybe the second one, doesn't he also get a red bandana from a woman that he loves?
No, she had a jade
jade
necklace with a leather thing.
Yeah,
so he wore that after she was murdered. I don't think the red. I might be wrong. I'm the least Rambo dude.
Yeah, you say that, but we know the truth.
But I remember like seeing it the one time I saw it in 1986, and like the necklace was bulging around his neck, and like around her neck it was like a necklace. So like when he's like straining and firing a machine gun for 17 minutes straight, and that necklace is there, it's like that's why he's doing
this. That's right.
This is what it's all about.
I thought it was interesting. This is just one of these little cute little details I love about a movie like this. Whenever they wanted somebody to do something, they gave them a 10-second count. Every time they were like, you have 10 seconds to do such and such. You have 10
parents.
seconds to do such and such.
All new parents. Skylar, you have 10 seconds to put that gun down. 9.
So great. I also noticed that relax was also used in this movie, which made me really happy. When you find a cast like this, when you find chemistry with a group of people, you keep using them. And when you find lines that work, like, hey, let's all just relax.
Yeah.
You got to keep that in.
You get that. You get people you work well with, and you stick with them. And when you get a vibe, like relaxing, stick with that. What did you guys think of the final act? Sorry, Kyle, go ahead.
No, what was I thinking about? Oh, I also love that they kept calling him the Intruder over and over and over again when they were referencing him, just to make sure that the title sticks. What movie am I watching again? Is this Rambo? No. This is the Intruder.
So in the final scene, I could have sworn someone did call him Rambo.
No, I have a clip. John White says, like, I'm so sick of hearing about, or whatever, like, Rambo, blah, 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 Rambo. And he says Rambo. I have it.
Oh, okay. I was like, no, copyright.
Yeah. No, they backed off of that. But he does say Rambo. This definitely felt to me like it got to a, like, do you think that this was a film that went into production as The Intruder, and then Rambo came out and they inserted some things like the second half of the film?
This has to be after the second Rambo movie, you mean?
Yes, not First Blood.
Yeah.
Like, is this just a revenge Death Wish type movie in the first half, and then like Rambo came out and was a huge hit, and they're like, can we get a scarf in here and have some people dub Rambo over things or shoot some new scenes? Because I think it was called The Intruder. It's like Pimbalasan. No, actually, nope, never mind. The original title has Rambo in it.
Okay.
So
I mean, it does feel like the second half of this, like he's got the black pants, like it changed gears. Yeah. That end scene was fucking bananas. I loved every goddamn minute of it. I loved the slow motion classic Rambo, like firing the machine gun at nothing while you're fully flexed. No shirt on, oiled up, black pants, red headband, machine guns, grenades, gas bombs.
They animated part of it too. You could see the when he fired like the grenade missile thing.
Oh
like
yeah.
The explosive projectile. Like they actually animated it. I was like shocked.
I did notice that the first time. Yeah.
That's pretty good for 1980. I don't remember when this came out. Sorry, 86. Yeah. Well,
is it? Wouldn't it be better to actually just have some RPGs?
Yeah, I'm surprised they didn't do that. Because
so am I.
Otherwise, like when tuk-tuks or those carts are turning over, like you can see people in them, and I don't think they're mannequins. They're just turning over the carts with people in them.
I was really happy that we got the suit up montage, the quick shots of him tying the bandana on, like when he's done, he's out of jail, it's time to take these scumbags down, and you get the bandana tie, the belt tighten, the hunting knife in the holster. What do you call the hilt? What do you call the knife holder?
Sheath.
Thank you. That whole thing, tightening the boot. Like,
got it. You really
sad.
get your money's worth out of this.
And for me, one of the better lines in the movie too, because it made sense to me, is he's like, okay, I've escaped from their prison. They think I'm running. Now's the time I'm going to hit them. And I'm like, that actually sounds relatively well constructed.
No, that's brilliant. Yeah, I was surprised.
Was not expecting coherence.
No, I thought he would just want to relax. But he took it to the man.
I don't remember how it actually wrapped up.
Okay, there was a weird thing where he gets the bad guys, decides not to kill them, and then starts escaping from their fortress at the same time that the real police start rolling in. And then help me with this part. Claire is in a Jeep, like kind of waiting for him or something, and he sees her and he like drops into water and kind of like it's like 6 inches deep, and he kind of like swims across the water for like a couple feet and then pops back up, and then
he kind of limps over to her and she props him up, and then it just freezes and the credits start.
Why did he drop in the water?
I think he was wounded during that final sequence there. He got grazed in the abdomen.
Leg.
Or the leg, yeah. Somewhere.
Oh, and so that's where he fell over. I thought he was okay.
No, he was wounded.
Doing something. I see. He was struggling, and I just didn't catch that he was trying to struggle.
Oh, that's acting.
Yep.
Okay.
He was acting.
So did Claire not get shot? Didn't she get shot?
No.
Oh, Claire did get shot. So it wasn't Claire. It was Angela /
Ella?
Yeah. She picked him up at the end. Claire was killed.
Wait, when did Claire die?
So when Rambu and Claire were fleeing, they parted ways, and Claire said, "Oh well, Mr. White wouldn't kill me. He loves something like that." And then, of course,
he
killed her.
Okay. I did forget that part. Oh. So that's a whole heap of badassness. We didn't talk about, we've alluded to the fact that the stunts are really good in this, and some of the fighting's pretty solid. It's not.
It's hokey, but the physicality. Yeah. Sometimes the physicality is really good, is how I would say it.
Yeah.
And Indonesia, like, they have some amazing martial arts, and you never see any of that in this movie.
I know, but no, but you do have the satisfaction of knowing that all of those times somebody's plowing through something or being thrown into something, that's actually happening. There's no wire work.
He picks somebody up and slams them down on a table. Like, that's what it was.
Yeah. Those aren't cardboard oil drums. Those are actual oil drums, and they just threw somebody into a pile of them. They did not give a shit.
They also did it with their lead actor.
So we can go however you want to go on this. I have, like I said, a bazillion clips. The dubbing is amazing.
Okay, I'm hoping that you have the. Actually, I know you do because you played a little bit of this. In our sound check, can we talk about the scene where the guy comes in to sell the girls, and he turns it into like the dating show?
Oh God, yes.
So Big Boss John White is at his home. It's this really like coked out 80s style home in Indonesia. Lots of plants, lots of white. There's a giant painting that's like ladies' footprints just all over it, like a collage. The salesman comes in with a bunch of women and starts his pitch. And I think we've got some audio on this.
First, we have lovely Doreen, star of X-rated films and a real little party doll. Oh, love that pout. Thanks, Doreen. And the voluptuous lady in red is a red-hot lover, too. Caroline is ready to make your fantasies in flesh come true.
No, she's too fat.
All right, sir. I'm sure you'll like this trim little racing model. A fuel injection system that can't be beat. Tracy will take you for a ride around the world. And finally, we have an untouched blossom. Show him your chest. Only 16 years old. Her name is Cynthia.
Where did you find such an exquisite child?
Her father borrowed some money from us to keep his business afloat, and he just couldn't make the payments. You know how it goes, sir. Oh, she is a virgin, Mr. White. I guarantee it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a scene in this movie.
That's a Nicky scene.
They chose to put that in here because you want to feel what Rambu is feeling. Like you want Rambu to win against the bad guys. That's just that's how you do it here. Yeah,
can I play a clip where he talks about how he feels about Scum in case you're not 100% clear?
You love to look for trouble, don't you, man? I despise scum like this, who intimidate the weak. Let's get out of this hole. Yeah. I hope the cops bust that son of a bitch. If I ever see him again, I'm gonna...
lid on it, Rambu. Like you said, let's split.
You cut me. That does it.
Come on, Ep, move it. Hurry it up. That crazy bastard's probably got men all over this place.
Scum was a really popular word in the 80s.
Yeah.
I was tripping out on that when I was watching this. Like, Scum, where did that start? Death Wish? Like, this demonization of, like,
Star
the
Wars
and the...
Rebel Scum.
That's another one. We should...
77.
Someone should map this.
Mos Eisley.
Oh, Hive of Villainy, and what's the other word? Is it Scum and Villainy?
Yeah.
Wretched Hive of Scum and I don't remember. I thought it was. Anyway, it just feels like a very Reagan-y, like, how do we slowly turn whites and blacks against each other that don't have any money? There's got to be a way we could do, I know, scum and crack.
Yeah,
there you
cocaine. Scum and cocaine work really well together.
So since you mentioned kind of a racist overtone, isn't it odd that the protagonist is like a colonial superpower? I mean, it's like Mr. American. I mean, because they're keeping his New Zealandness, his Kiwiness, in the closet.
Right.
But the bad guys also, like, I mean, his name is Mr. White, and he's super Caucasian, and he's flooding the Indonesia with drugs, violence, and he's clearly a murderer, pedophile, like everything. So I don't know what exactly they're going for if they gave it a thought.
I think that in a film like this, if you cast a couple of the leads, I think that you're right, there's a nuance there that's intentional, but I think that basically if like your lead is an American, air quotes, that this is going to pass for a Western thing. I really think that a thing being perceived as an import was a positive here. So I think that like I'm saying, these American films were the majority of the films that played there. So if you can make a film locally, cheaply, that looks like it's an American film, you're going to get more ticket sales. I think it's just that simple. But I think that naming that guy Mr. White and having him be a pedophile, scumbag piece of shit, and a rich guy, I think that's a completely intentional nuance, yeah.
I wish I knew how much money this made. I'm gonna do a little research.
Wikipedia, IMDb. He sprang into action so hard he froze.
Oh,
he left. He's
gone. Okay, Kyle is such a jerk because Kyle,
he's back.
That was crazy.
Whoa, he's here.
That was crazy. I actually didn't even do anything. I said I was going to do some research. I was lying. I wasn't going to do shit. Well, and all of a sudden it just stopped.
It looked awesome, though.
All right, cool. Keep it in.
But Matt, if you're going to disconnect someone from like a Skype or phone call or anything like that, I think you did this one right. When they're talking and you cut them off, like that's kind of a sweet spot.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, it's a little too close to The Apprentice. Can I play the clip that I think where they actually slip up and call him Rambo? Just to, because I want to verify if you and I are insane or not. I believe it is this one.
What about that intruder, Rambo? Did you take care of him like I told you to?
Sir, our boys just couldn't finish off that Rambu.
Rambu. I'm sick and tired of hearing that name. Just teach him a lesson.
Sir, the boys and I have arranged a special surprise for him.
The sooner, the better.
Don't worry. I'll take care of it.
That's all we need is some wild card jerk-off kid screwing up our operation. You'd better not fuck up on this one, Bram. I want that goddamn intruder, and I want him now.
Hitting all the, right, checking all the boxes there. Rambo.
Intruder. Rambo. Intruder. So the first one was Rambo.
He said Rambo.
And then, so the one I heard was much later in the movie, during the final explosive action scene.
Oh, really?
Where someone yelled, something. Oh, you're dead, Rambo. You're dead. And I swear it was Rambo.
No, I heard it.
Boo.
Now that you mention it, I did hear that. Yeah, I made some clip here called Poochie. I don't know what it is, but I remember hitting a point here where, like, you remember that Simpsons episode with when Homer was Poochie the dog and Itchy and Scratchy, and he had those like list of demands, like whenever Poochie is not in a scene, all of the other characters should be saying, "Where's Poochie?" Like everyone talks about Alex when he's not, Jonathan, when he's not in a scene. It felt very Poochie-ish, and like I had some drinking game joke, but I forgot what it was. But I felt like you should take a shot, or I wanted to make some kind of like Indonesian cocktail and like have a drink every time that you heard Rambu.
Play it.
Or Intruder. I don't know what it is. Let's see. It's probably nothing.
What about our plans to widen out your territory?
Oh, I'm working on it, but Andre might be an obstacle. But for right now, I'm more concerned about this Rambu and who's behind him.
So I'm glad you found Rambu. And I'm pleased with the things your research has uncovered, Stephen. This guy sounds like a real crime fighter. Exactly the kind I need. Let's talk a little.
Well, sir, Rambu is a mysterious character. He was in the police academy, but he quit. It was something to do with family problems, I think.
We really need a guy like him to fight that gangster John White and his crew. Here, have a look. Mr. Nice Guy is helping the community. John White is nothing but a lying crook, full of shit and deception, who sells heroin to all the addicts, but pretends to be a hero. Get Rambu. I wish to meet him.
Where's Rambu?
And I didn't notice this sense of like foreboding where at the end of that scene you can hear the dishware clink together but not break, as if it's aware that the next time Rambu's in that place.
Yes. Positively Kubrickian. Hitchcockian.
Deep foreshadow. So, you guys each have 10 seconds to tell me about your favorite scene in this movie.
Wow.
I think it's the we already went over it, so just real quick, right after his girlfriend dies and he's sitting on the beach, he's offered that Coca-Cola, he takes a sip, they have the worst dialogue ever, and then he strips down to, how'd you put it, like a saggy Speedo or something?
Black banana hammock?
Yeah, loose loincloth, that was it. And then, so for me, that's the best scene.
Okay, Matt, same question.
I honestly really liked the scene when he realized he'd been betrayed and went and fucked up that goddamn cocktail party. I think I have a clip. Let me see if this is it. I hope it's right.
Fuck you! You dirty, lying, swindling bastards! You're two of a kind. Fuck you!
Like you said, that went on for like 2 minutes, and it was not boring at any point in time. I didn't think that breaking China would be that entertaining, but I was totally stoked.
Sold it. He sold that shit.
Yeah, I was like, wow, he hates the anthropology collection. Jeez. Crazy.
I also liked... Oh, go ahead.
The other thing I really liked, it's not a scene, but the music, which, again, you guys already touched on, but there was a lot of also, like, electric guitar mixed with, like, xylophone or like a gamelan band or something just kind of throughout. And I just really liked almost every aspect of the music in this.
So this is incidental music. That's not the title score or the sexy disco stuff, any of that stuff. You're just saying just other incidental music?
Correct.
And it's not the piano.
The score, if you will. Oh, the piano is part of it too. Just that one note over and over again, then a second note, then back to that one note over and over. That's pretty good stuff. But it really worked for me too. So
yeah, no, I thought it was great.
That'll be the central theme in our remix record. It'll come up over and over and over again for us.
This is a question I have for you guys as well. So in the beginning section, when the competitor or whatever, his daughter's kidnapped and held for ransom so the drugs can be released, and she's taken to a strip club, and we see a stripper whose stage name is Scheherazade, and she's doing her routine, and then the kidnapped girl is presented as the next dancer by the MC, like a normal, like, is this like where the League of Evil is? Like, who are these all, like the Masters of Evil or something? Or is this a strip club and they're just like, yeah, it's totally normal to have a girl come up here in chains with handcuffs on or whatever?
It looked like they were trying to cast it as like a tourist spot because there were like Caucasians in like almost like Hawaiian travel shirts and like beach wear.
Yes, it looked like some cheesy tiki bar in Honolulu,
and
like the Indonesian version of that.
Yeah, exactly. And what was Rambu doing there?
How did he know that she was there?
Or was he just there? I mean, I don't know. Maybe he didn't know.
No, that was my other hanging question for you guys, was how did he know to show up and save her, which kicks off the revenge plot?
Oh, that's right.
How did he know that Charlie was there with a kidnapped girl?
So I didn't get the sense that. And I'm like, oh, it's a strip club. Okay, maybe that's why he's here.
No, I'm pretty sure it's because his mullet picks up danger. Like when someone's it's like when someone's in trouble, his
like
mullet.
The tick's antennae.
Yes, exactly. It's like a spidey sense.
That's a really good excuse. Because this is before his girlfriend's been murdered. So if she's like, wait, you were at a strip club? And he's like, well, it's a very unsavory place that I go to root out injustice because I fight for justice and hate crime.
He's a lot like the Tick. I was on patrol, chum.
I love that you guys are both questioning this, and I was like, no, it made total sense to me. he would just burst in there, break up the tourists from cheering on the whipping.
There was a lot of fun action stuff in here, you guys, but also I particularly enjoyed some of the tender moments.
Did you?
Yes, as far as dialogue goes. So I wanted to play a little bit where we're wondering like about destiny.
Jenny, I never look for trouble. Yet it always seems so close to me. I just can't avoid it.
Oh, Rambu, I would never regret the day I met you.
Darling, I love you so much. Sometimes I lie awake at night and think about my destiny. I don't know where it's taking me, Jenny, or what tomorrow will bring. But one thing I do know for certain is this. It was through fate we met, and now I'm here for just you. Nothing can ever change that.
Pray to God and everything will be fine.
It's tender. Nothing will change that except for your death in 24 hours.
Yes.
Coke.
Wow.
A headband.
It's like community theater and like old radio show mixed in one.
Yep.
It's like, yeah.
So I did feel a little cynical when he was manipulated by Mr. Andre to go get the secret documents of Mr. White's, because that felt to me like someone was aware there was a fad going on in the West, and we could not get enough of eagle claws and.
What were those claws? Okay, so
those gloves, dope.
What you're referring to is in the ninja scene. There's a ninja scene in this movie.
Oh, yeah.
He puts on these very weird-looking silver. He's dressed up all black except for, again, his bare chest and these bright silver Michael Jackson like radiant gloves.
Yeah,
that he uses to scale walls with. But
And
what were those?
And they had chains on them, like so you could punch dudes in the face and get fistful of chain.
Like chainmail or chain. Yeah, they were weird. That was a weird scene.
When you're moving stealthily, you definitely want chains rattling around. That'll work well.
Yes. It looked like those. It looked like that was a stairwell, but he was just climbing up the wall with the gloves. I couldn't really figure out what was happening.
Can I say that I gave it too much credit and assume that he was getting into a window of a locked office where the wall safe was?
Oh, that makes sense.
That makes sense.
I'll go with that.
See evidence of that, but that makes sense.
Can you see that I'm on the side of the film? My bias is showing. Makes perfect
also,
sense.
they added a lot of tension. There's a scene where he breaks into that office and he has to open up a safe, and he'd already extracted the 3 numbers he needed for the safe from a henchman.
Now, you son of a bitch, tell me where the documents are hidden.
I don't possess any documents. There's no way I could get hold of them.
Then who?
John White. He's got them.
Where?
His office building. That's all I know.
Where are they?
I don't know. Maybe in the wall safe.
Give me the combination.
25. 1047.
And yet there was so much tension in him turning the dial, in part because I think he turned it way more than 3 times.
Yeah.
To get to those 3 numbers. Like it seemed like maybe he did like 7 numbers, but I thought that worked.
Yeah, it wasn't quite Ethan Hunt suspended from the ceiling in Mission Impossible or anything, but I think they were going for that for sure.
I did appreciate that they're in their process. A henchman has to know the personal safe, the numbers to the personal safe of the boss. Somebody, you have to have one guy as a backup.
Well, it makes sense because they have an operations team. So, they always have the proper paperwork. And he's probably seen the prisoner release schedule, which would have the safe combination on it.
Yeah, I bet he'd say schedule, though.
Schedule. So, I don't know. I can follow it.
Yeah, they have quite an elaborate setup, don't they?
Yeah, really do. It's a full business. That's why you need that ops team.
Begrudgingly say I respect it.
Yeah, he's got tons of different territories. I assume he has, assistant managers and, district managers and all sorts of infrastructure to support this.
Pollo Loco, Pollo Hermanos, whatever.
Dwayne's running the show. No, what was that goofy name of his second in command?
Oh, Dwight Schrute? No.
It kind of sounded like Dwight.
Assistant 2.
That was a different show. I forgot what that was.
Juan.
I forgot his name.
Doesn't matter.
You know what? Yes, it does. I'm looking at my cast of characters. He's not on there.
The guy who
gave up. I just want to comment. I thought it was pretty rad in a really corny 80 cool movie line way. After he busts up that celebratory party at the end, that they're dragging him off and they say give him the blood red carpet treatment. Red carpet? Huh? Red carpet?
Westerners are going to love that.
Yeah. I thought that was pretty. I was like, that's kind of cool in a stupid way.
And he was betrayed by Steve, who took him away to be beaten. His friend, Steve? Oh, I did not see that coming.
I saw this brat. There was you guys know what a Subaru brat is?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah?
I do not.
Adam? It's like
females drive them.
Yeah, females drive them. It's like if you had an El Camino, a feminized El Camino, a little bit smaller. Basically, it's a car front and a pickup back.
Oh, yeah.
But the one in this movie was Coca-Cola red with a white stripe down the side of it. And it looked like a Coca-Cola mobile.
I think that
car was great.
I think Big Coke put some financing down on this. Bratz had the 2 seats in the back with the dirt grips, right? Where you could hold on for dear fucking life in the back. facing towards the tailgate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When you name a car Brat, you got to put 2 seats in the back of it, of an open vehicle. With
So what kind of car was that? Was that something we know?
The Brat?
No, the car in the movie. The
I think it was a Brat.
Oh, it really was?
Pretty sure.
Wow.
Yeah, it looks like it.
That was excellent.
Yeah.
Subaru.
I think that barring any final thoughts, we can go into judgment if I can just refresh my.
Yeah, do it.
Okay. Well, Kyle?
Final judgments?
Are you ready for final judgments?
I have been ready for final judgment on this since we started. It's no surprise. I am all in cool on this movie. I love the production. I love the acting in the best of the baddest way. Like, they pulled this dude off the street because he looked like Stallone, threw him in a movie, and we got this. And then we got 8 more of these. I'm in. I love it. Great soundtrack. This is psychotronic filmmaking right here at its finest. Like, we've got a rough idea based on 3 or 4 different movies we've seen in the States. We're going to recreate this as quickly as possible. Get a couple white dudes in here, set them up as heroes and villains, put our guys in there. Like, let's make hundreds of thousands of dollars, guys. Hundreds of thousands of dollars.
You forgot one thing. Also seed the dialogue with a bunch of future samples and make 6 samples in the soundtrack.
Yeah, it's a gift for the future.
Yeah. Time capsule. Okay. That's a solid cool.
Solid cool.
Adam, my child? You're muted. I think you hit mute.
Darn it.
Checking. Okay.
So I thought this one was cool. I like you mentioned earlier, Matt. I think my niche is 80s action flicks. I just seem to enjoy these a lot. And Twin Dragon Encounter is the other one that I thought was particularly good. That's a much worse movie than this one, but the martial arts are much better. But this movie Rambu is much more genuine. It's like the stunts feel real, the action sequences and the fighting, the physicality that I mentioned earlier. It's hokey fighting. I mean, it is super hokey fighting, but it just feels like these guys are giving it their all. And like you said about like, hey, pay someone $40 a day to jump off a 50-foot tower and they'll do, it has that authenticity to it. So I really enjoyed this one. Oh, and the music too is really excellent. I know everyone's going to say that, but throughout the movie, I thought it was effective.
Also, kudos to you for, I gave you a heads up that we had seen The Stabilizer years ago and loved it, and you went to the effort of like watching The Stabilizer first. So thank you, because I told you it was going to come up.
Oh no, thank you.
What made me think of that was mentioning Twin Dragon Encounter and this, the connective tissue is in Stabilizer and Twin Dragon Encounter, they both had posters of themselves. Did you catch that? He had a poster of himself.
Yeah, in the bedroom. It was all the
mesh, like the fishnet top.
Oh, I'm gonna watch it again.
By the way, man, I would fucking kill to get a full poster-sized print of him from The Stabilizer with his Jerry curl perm, the mirrored sunglasses, and the fishnet black top, holding a fucking AK-47. Oh my god! And if it was signed, which he wouldn't do now. Oh, by the way, Adam, huge Christian now. Huge.
Yay.
Yeah, like he was quoting scripture in his interview. Like, I want to get back in the game. I want some roles, but if God's willing, I will get offered a part. And it's like Ezekiel 4:17, like, like that type of level Christian.
And he entered Bethany and left again.
I'm just pulling things out.
Oh, okay. Because that didn't
but anyway, connective tissue. So it's me. This was cool. I'm pretty biased. I love Stabilizer. I love Peter O'Brien. I'd actually done some research on him and found other interviews with him outside of Operation Rambu. So I was already pretty hard into him. You guys know me well enough at this point to know that I am also hardwired to respond to 80s action movies like this. And to echo Adam's sentiment, the fact that this feels authentic and real and gritty, not that Twin Dragon Encounters didn't, but there's something about these Asian action films that the realness makes them totally endearing to me in a way that I can't explain, even beyond like the dubbing and all that stuff. Like just true stunts is so charming.
Totally.
This felt like it was made with love. Even if they're trying to capitalize on the success of Rambo, I felt like they were trying their hardest. It didn't feel cheap to me, in like like something where there's half-assing it to get something in theaters to sell tickets for. It felt like they were capitalizing on Rambo and trying their hardest to make a good time, and I really appreciate that. So this is a solid cool for me as well. I highly recommend people check it out. I have no antidote. Doesn't need one.
No.
The only cure is more Peter O'Brien.
Yeah, watch Operation Rambu. It's obvious that Peter is ready for another part. And any aspiring directors out there, you should give Peter a look, because he's going to show you something in Operation Rambu that kind of shows his depth. He's grown a lot as an actor. He doesn't have the physical chops anymore, but he thoroughly believes that he has something more to offer. And check him out.
He does use it as a showcase to check it out. It's worth 10 minutes of your time to see who this guy is and where he came from and his side of the story and where he is now. Operation Rambu is my antidote, I guess.
And his journey into the Lord's arms is pretty epic.
You're right. I forgot about that. There's a human interest story as well about how he found Christ. That's interesting. Not my cup of tea, but I do find it interesting, people's stories. We're storytellers by nature, by humanity. So if you guys at any point want to jump in, thank you, first of all, so much for making time to help me reach out and do this.
Well, thank COVID, because we've got nothing but time with COVID-19 rampaging through the population.
The show had been retired for a couple months. So I was enjoying the hiatus, to be honest with you. And then a week into COVID, I was starting to lose it, and I was missing talking to friends, and I was missing connecting with people. And this show was a prime way to do that across distances and stuff like that. So having this come back and have an opportunity to laugh, I hadn't been laughing much, to be honest with you. I've been really enjoying it, so I appreciate it. And if at any point you guys want to jump in and do another Peter movie or another film from the Kyle pile, which is what I call anything that fits this mold that I know growing up with Kyle, I know Kyle would love. There's a Kyle pile of movies. If you ever want to do a Kyle pile, let me know and I'll do it.
Let's do it again.
I'm in. Absolutely.
Totally. Right
I'm
on.
so glad that you brought this back. It is a fucking joy.
Yeah, circumstances suck, but I'm enjoying doing it. So that's great, and thank you. I have some stuff for some next steps real quick. I'm trying to do a once a week schedule. I'm overwhelmed by people volunteering to do this because everyone's so fucking bored that they want to pitch in and do something to have a relief from thinking about
Can't they
COVID.
make asinine comments on Nextdoor like everyone else is doing with their free time?
Well, they probably, I don't know. They don't want to demonize Asian people. That's played out. And they've been on Twitter and had panic attacks. And now they're done watching Fox 12. So it's like, what the fuck do I do now? I guess Matt does some stupid thing when I watch shitty shit. So let's do that. So anyway, everybody who's reached out to me, thank you. Keep reaching out, by the way. I'm going to keep trying to do this once a week until we can resume our lives again once we've beaten this terrible virus. So next up, I am doing Scalps, a film from 1983. So that's our next one. I got approached by a PR firm who asked me if I wanted to review a modern film. So I'll be doing a non-snarky, non-shitty whatever thing with our friend Sarah Accenti and her husband Mike and my wife Renee. We're all gonna watch.
That's gonna be so fun.
We're all gonna watch via Zoom a new horror film from South Korea, and then record the conversation afterwards, and that will be an episode.
Cool.
And then we're doing.
Wow.
We got a ton of stuff coming up. I talked about it last episode, so I don't need to do it. So Vincent Price blogathon I'm participating in with Scream and Scream Again. We're doing Atlantis from the guy that did Death Run, a.k.a. Mutant City. We're doing Death Dimension with Black Belt Jones, Jim Kelly, and Odd Job. And who was the guy that played James Bond in one film? George Lazenby.
Wow.
So we're doing blaxploitation / kung fu, just one fell swoop, both of those. So I got the next month or so filled up, and I'm already overbooked and kind of feeling overwhelmed with the schedule, but I'm glad that it's happening. So thank you guys, and keep tuned in to Instagram. I use my own personal account for my Instagram post for this, so that's Howell HOWL _ Matt MATT. That's where you can find videos, links, all that kind of jazz. And on Twitter, it's at that's _ trash, and that's where you find that. And lastly, we have the website still, which is that'scoolthatstrash.com. And that's where links for the film we talked about tonight are, and where I put links for downloading our riffs and any other stuff like that I want to share. And yeah, I think I covered all my bases there. Adam, do you want to plug your band or anything?
Oh, yes. It's called... No, I got nothing. Look, behind me, you can't... listeners at home can't see this, but there's a rock collection behind me in a cabinet. So, no, I don't have a band. I have a rock collection.
I guess lastly, this is still a molten idea that I just started thinking about right before we started recording tonight. But I want to do something to help with efforts for like food banks or something to help people out that are being hit by the pandemic. So I'm probably going to start a Patreon account where you can throw in $1 here or there if you want to do it that way. I'm going to create some type of tiers. We're thinking about recording video of the show and inserting video clips instead of just audio. You can actually see the movie that we're talking about when we're talking about it. So that should be coming soon. I doubt it will be this episode, but stay tuned for that, and hopefully we can find a way to help people out. But you guys, thank you so much tonight. That was I had a great time watching this movie twice, which normally I don't say. I enjoyed it both times, and I love talking with you about it, and I loved having a laugh. I really needed today. Today was particularly rough for me for some reason, so I appreciate your time.
Me too.
Well, thank you. I miss you guys. It's nice to see everyone.
I miss you too, man.
Yeah, I miss you too. Stay safe, everyone.
All right. Well, for That's Cool, That's Trash, I'm Matt Howell, and you have been?
I'm Kyle Schaefer.
Adam Berg.
You folks out there, stay home, stay safe, stay sane, and stay trashy. That's cool.
That's trash.
It's garbage, folks.